What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Basement Show. We got Greg back again to pick up right where we left off 2 weeks ago. We got some great indie books for you, like Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia, issue 2, and Bad Halo Comix. Plus 3 weeks worth of books, like Amazing Spider-Man #1 out this week, Farmhand, Relay, Unnatural, Low Lives, Bedtime Games, Final Street, Shadow Roads, Captain America. We got a whole bunch of books to talk about. We're going to get through as many as we can before all the batteries go dead. Grab your drinks. We're already 2 in. We're about to be 3.
Yeah.
See you after the credits.
Real Andrew says he's on episode 8 of Luke Cage. Y'all hear me? Y'all know? Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because we had an answer to the question from 2 weeks ago, thanks to Snake Eyes 845, hit us up on YouTube. The children are called Pickney. I was trying to figure that shit out.
Good job.
And because the subtitles kept saying children, I'm like, that does not sound anything like children. So thank you, Snake Eyes, for hitting us up with that. Digital Fox hit us up, said, "This is an awesome show. Keep it up." Thank you, partner, for discovering us and watching. And thank you for having very little taste and staying with it.
You got a taste. I mean, just like taste of whiskey, probably.
Miguel Torres said, "Completely agree about comic book men. I can't stand watching those hacks and thieves take advantage of people constantly lowballing them on their comics. The store itself is a joke as well. I've never been there, so I can't say one way or the other."
I had the inclination to go there.
Said, "No one wants to help you. Can't walk through the store because they're recording the podcast. They're just a bad stereotype of comic book readers and collectors. Thanks for bringing this up, and sorry you guys got screwed over by one of the most overrated directors of all time." Well, thank you, Miguel, for those kind words. And yeah, that kind of sucked, but hey, we outlasted the fuckers, so fuck them. If you guys out there in YouTube land were watching last week, if you was watching the Periscope and you managed to stay through the whole thing, you are a better man than I am, Gunga Din, because I couldn't do it. I'm sitting there editing and I'm just like, I am annoying me. Like, it was 3 hours of drunken nonsense, and at some point I had to just nip it in the bud, and like, we ain't making no damn sense no more. So I just flipped the screen over, and I was like, too many shots later, and in parentheses I was like, yeah, if you don't believe me, go watch the Periscope. And I just flipped it back and it was like, this all bombed out of my face. Pete's sleeping, Red sleeping, Greg got his head in his hands. And I'm still going, like, I know what I'm talking about, but I ain't making no damn sense. And Fallen Lowlife, good name, sir, said, "Haha, great edit to Wasted Faces. Love you guys." Thanks for staying with us, man.
Wasted Faces, that's a good
Wasted Faces,
yeah, that should be on a t-shirt.
Oh, I got another good t-shirt, but it's still in the works. I'm not quite sure, like, what I want to do with it. But I'm coining this term now. I'm hashtagging it right now.
Go for it.
I'm sick and tired being in New York, and you're always in a rush in New York. You know, you got to get to where you're going as fast as possible. You got to walk as fast as you can. You got to eat as fast as you can. You know, you get just, and if you're not going fast enough, get out of the way. How many times you behind somebody that they're just walking slow, and you know they got their head in their phone. The cell phone shuffle. Hashtag the cell phone shuffle or cell phone shuffle. I'm sick of it. And I want to make a t-shirt, like somebody just walking, you know, got the backpack on, it says like, walking dude or something like that, whatever, New Yorker. And on the other side, there's a little halo of the dude just walking with his head down, and it says asshole or something like that. It's cell phone shuffle.
See, if you can make that only a hashtag, but actually a game, kind of like Pokemon Go, and like if you see like a fucking, a cell phone shuffle, a Soho.
A Soho. You gotta make that shit like one of them old school Nintendo games, like Spy Hunter or something. You gotta get around the people, but instead of it being a road and cars, it's a sidewalk, and you can't crash into people. Like, you get a couple that you could crash into going in the other direction.
You get a couple of extra spin outs. You know, just.
But eventually, there's gonna be a big dude who just like, oh, he sends you flying when you try to give him the shoulder charge.
For sure. Like, yeah, I could work for that.
Coining this term right here, guys. Cell phone shuffle. Chris Cooper said, "Yo, Pete, quick question. I never get to see the live shows, but I've noticed sometimes you upload the uncut version to YouTube. Is there any way you could keep doing that? I love my Pete uncut." That sounds terrible. That does. That's why I read it.
It really does sound.
I'm gonna allow it though.
I'm
not. you know, if we're getting personal, but, you know, nevertheless. Thanks, and always keep up the great work. Also, is there a way to send donations to you? Wow. I didn't read the rest of that sentence before I copied it over. As a matter of fact, dude, yes, there is. We do have a Patreon set up. If you go on Pete'sBasement.com/Patreon, you can find us over there. And, yeah, I mean, we've got a whole slew of different prizes, such as original artwork from me and Roger. And, you know, depending on how high up you want to get, we'll even, you know, fly you into New York, kidnap you, meet you at the airport, just tie a bag over your head, drive you around all over the place, take you down to the basement, have you on the show, stuff a bag over your head, drive you around, drop your ass off somewhere. And as far as the Pete's Basement Uncut stuff goes, I'm going to upload last week's episode uncut because you all deserve to see that. And yeah, I could just keep uploading all the the Periscope, all the live shows are on Periscope forever. Yeah. Like, Periscope used to delete the shit after 24 hours. They stopped doing that. Probably because they're compiling evidence on me. But nevertheless, so you could go on Periscope or...
I'm on here with you too, so I'm screwed too.
Yeah, no, you're definitely guilty by association.
It's happens. It's alright.
But yeah, I can definitely upload the uncut episodes. I'll put them on Pete's Basement Extras, so make sure if you're not subscribed there, you get on there immediately. We got a couple of comments on the Pete's Basement Extras. Kevin Hellions and Fallen Lowlife said, best interview ever, and this is better than the Marvel swimsuit magazines from when I interviewed the lovely Jen Tavis and Mandy Katana when they were in their mermaid outfits for the Mermaid Parade.
Nice.
That interview is on Pete's Basement Extras. Go and check that out. And that uncut episode will also be uploaded sooner than later to Pete's Basement Extras.
For those who have never been to the Mermaid Parade, it is something to marvel. No pun. Actually, no. All pun intended.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. Like, last year, my boy Chaz, shout out to you, Chaz, we had his bachelor party on the Mermaid Parade.
Really?
Oh my God, it was a shit show. Like,
that sounds a lot of fun.
I'm talking shit show.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, this is the first time
There's a lot of drunken revels going on there already.
This is the first time I ever saw a 300-pound white man twerk. That's how great the Mermaid Parade was.
You can still see it in your nightmares, can't you?
And you know what, not for nothing? Dude, wasn't that bad?
Hey, good for him then.
Dude, it wasn't that bad. If you can make a wiggle and jiggle, go for it. Like,
don't knock the hustle.
No, not at all. Live your best life. But yeah, definitely subscribe to Pete's Basement if you don't, because like you should. And hello, it's great. And
do us a favor, like and comment on the videos because that only helps us out. And make sure you do subscribe to the extras and go check out the Mermaid Parade interview. It's really great, and even if you just want to see some hot women running around in pasties and a mermaid costume and an Ursula costume, yes. I mean, they are really hot, so there you go. And that's probably the smarmiest thing I'll say about that interview. But other than that, Kevin Hellions was kind enough to send me a letter to Pete at Pete's Basement, and he was like, Pete, sir, how many years have I watched this show? You think you know a person. Despite not having met you in person yet, I would have no problem with you in my home or watching my children. I thought I knew the kind of guy you were. Then I watched the latest Pete's Basement Extra episode. Dude, the amount of respect you showed those two women was incredible. Never sketchy, never perverted. You made them comfortable and treated them like something beyond classy. It was one of the most honorable interviews I've ever seen. When so many other people and shows are letting us down, I'm thankful to be a Basement fan. Kevin, thank you for that really kind letter. I had to read it verbatim on the show. That really made me feel good about myself and life in general.
Dude, you have to understand something. Like, I'm gonna be really genuine with you right now, because like we've been friends for
about 2 years now, something like that, 2-3 years.
2-3 years. And from the first time I came into the basement, you made me feel like I've always been here. And
that's the idea.
And that's how you make everyone else feel.
That's the idea.
Every episode. Every podcast.
And I hope I do the same for you guys out there, because that was the whole idea when we started this nonsense 11 years ago.
Dude, like, you're fucking, like I said, you're an OG, and like, you know.
Thank you, my friend. Really that is the Brooklyn way. You're a family until you are no longer family.
Yes.
And then you are ostracized and blacklisted forever because I'm Italian and I know how to hold a grudge.
Unless we have to take you to the mattress, and you don't want that. You don't want that.
And we roll you up in the rug.
Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah.
Alright, so what do we got here? Alright, we got a couple of shout-outs before we get into the books.
Let's do it.
First of all, I want to give a big shout out and a thanks to my boy Anthony Pizza. Yes, that is his real name.
Nice.
Popping up on screen now, picked up one of the Pete's Basement Supports Our Veterans t-shirts. And I want to give a shout out to Maria and Scarlett for picking up 2 more Pete's Basement Supports t-shirts. They got the Pete's Basement Supports Mental Health and Pete's Basement Supports Random Acts t-shirts. Nice. Thank you, and thank the puppers. Isn't she cute? Popping up on screen right now.
Aww.
So if you guys want to grab some t-shirts, we got a brand new one for July. Pete's Basement Supports Project Harmony NYC. And what Project Harmony does is they take abandoned lots around Harlem and they turn them into little like parks and stuff with like, you know, plants and vegetation and stuff.
No shit.
To hang out in.
I never knew about that.
Yeah, a friend of Maria's by the name of Susan turned us on to this, and this is a charity that she works with. So being that it's not a specific month for July or anything, and being that it is New York based as well, the Pete's Basement Supports Project Harmony t-shirt, like the Pete's Basement Supports Veterans t-shirt, will be up forever on the Pete's Basement website, so you can pick up that t-shirt not just this month, but anytime, you know, whenever you want to get it for your friends or people in New York that you know that you think would want to be turned on to something like this. It's a really great charity. And I've seen some of the works that they do.
I love that.
You know, you pass by these little abandoned lots and there's green stuff growing and they're like, where'd you come from? How'd that happen? Project Harmony.
Like, it's dope, but I didn't know about Project Harmony, and like I would definitely like, you know, investigate on that on my own end and be part of that for sure, because I love that. You know?
And pick up a t-shirt, guys. Go on represent.com/store/Pete's Basement, and you'll see all the Pete's Basement t-shirts for the past charity stuff that we've done. There's also the Pete's Basement logo t-shirt, the Pete's Basement logo tank top. We got Pete's Basement summer colors, all the light stuff.
Nice.
We got the Pete's Basement Supports Our Veterans in the forest green with the American flag veterans logo. I really love that shirt. I love the way it came out. And the Pete's Basement Supports Project Harmony. It is a great purple shirt with yellow and green writing. It really looks awesome. I've ordered mine already, and as soon as it gets here in the mail, I'll be showing it off. Hopefully by next week it gets here. So I encourage you guys to get on that. Support the Basement Show, support Project Harmony, and if you just want to make a donation to them, just go on projectharmonynyc.org, and you can check them out, and they got pictures of their previous works and an about section and everything. It's honestly worth it. It's one of the best charities that we found so far, and we're really happy to be working alongside them on this.
No, I'm definitely going to big them up for sure.
I got to give a shout out to the Growing Up Italian podcast, my boy Sabino.
Nice.
Yeah. He checked us out the other day, and you know, this is neighborhood guys taking care of each other. He started this podcast. I had mine, so we're gonna collaborate very soon. So go check them out. And they're also on Instagram. And they just like, if you grew up in, let's say, an Italian household, you're gonna know the stuff that they talk about. Like,
so basically, you're gonna cringe every 5 minutes.
Waking up on a plastic couch in the summer, like things like that. Getting chased by a wooden spoon is the exact same as getting chased by the chancleta. If I'm saying that right, I hope I am. All the Hispanic fans are writing in. You said it wrong.
No, I can feel the shade and figure Ramon's face right now. Like, no, chancleta.
Yeah, well, Ramon ain't here to defend himself. Instead, we got a Goomba and Spider-Man that I won on the crane machine in Jersey Shore.
A slightly sober Spider-Man.
Slightly. He's going, though. Yeah. He's going.
Yeah. Ain't no wet fluid in that, baby. He's good.
And being that, you know, the stores are already done with summer and they're getting back to school shit ready, and it's only going to be another couple of weeks before they start on Halloween.
Fuck you.
I know. But I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Joe, who's doing the Zoms Facebook and Instagram page, and he's got like New Yorker zombies, and you gotta go check these guys out. It's like children's artwork zombies. It's awesome. It's popping up on screen right now. Joe's a great artist, and he's actually just started working on a Batman project. I'm trying to get some details, and hopefully we can get Joe on the show at some point.
Oh, that would be dope. I would say I will have one suggestion for Joe if he didn't do it already. Mm-hmm. Can I please get a B-boy zombie?
There you go. I think we need a basement zombie too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Having him in the corner like Permit Patty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a little basement tank top, fucking some jorts or something. I used to rock the jorts back in the day.
Pumping some CVB.
Definitely. And I want to give a shout out to PerezPlay.com. This is a mom and pop gaming store from New Jersey.
Nice.
They do gaming, cosplay, karaoke. They got a little cafe and everything going.
Really? Oh,
they sponsor events in New York and New Jersey. Jennifer Perez hit me up on the Facebooks. And, you know, hopefully we got a little collaboration going. Maybe we can get Jen and her husband down here.
That's what's up. I like that.
Oh, Pete's Basement's always trying to support the indies and the mom and pop shops and all the little guys that maybe you don't hear about on a regular basis because they're overshadowed by maybe the big two or, you know, something else. Alright, so let's backtrack a couple of weeks and revisit the stuff that we were a little too drunk to review from 2 weeks ago.
While we're slightly sober.
Right off the bat, we got Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia Issue 2 from Matt Enton and Ed Kuchnell, and artwork by Dan Schade. I hope I'm saying that right. So if you guys picked up Planet Wrestletopia Issue 1, you know what's going on here. Basically, this down on his luck wrestler who'd always been promised the championship to win, and he keeps, you know, getting his shaft by the script writers or whatever. He decides that he's gonna just quit, but he's gonna quit on a high note. So he takes a pizza box called Galaxy Pizza, and he fashions himself his own Wrestling Federation belt. And he's like, I don't need to be the world champion. I'm the galactic champion. So this goes on the news, and this goes out across the airwaves, into the satellites, into space, and it hits Planet Wrestletopia. And it goes to the king. And he says, there's only one galactic champion. This guy's challenging me. Manifest Destiny. And as the guy's name, he's got a crazy like luchador mask on and shit. So they decide they're going to invade Earth. And here's this guy who has a bum knee and bad back and everything. He's got wrestler problems in this day and age. Yeah. This is a very interesting look behind the veil of, you know, wrestlers and what they go through. So it's kind of a mix between the WWF/WWE and also the wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Yeah. And Marissa Tomei. Yeah. Oh, man. That was the reason I watched that movie. I will not deny it.
Moment of silence for her glory.
But she's still glorious.
All right, go on.
So, you know, he's having problems with his manager, but his manager really cares about him, but he leaves, so he's going off on his own. And in this, you start to get a little peek into our hero Rory's background. His father was a washed-up wrestler that never really made it, but he idolized his dad. And, he's picking up a wrestling magazine with his dad on the cover. His mom's like kind of being a bitch, and she throws him out. Meanwhile, Planet Wrestletopia is erecting a Dyson sphere of sorts around planet Earth in the form of a giant steel cage. So we're gonna have a steel cage match in a few days, Rory versus Manifest Destiny. And meanwhile, there's a great panel popping up on screen with all of the wrestlers falling out of the sky and attacking the different countries of the world. It's like I got like the British, you know, the guard that's standing outside of the Buckingham Palace. Got motherfucking a headlock and shit. They're falling off of the Eiffel Tower, attacking the French because they're the French.
Like, we can appreciate this, like this whole book is, and I'm not saying this in a negative way. It's simplistic genius.
Yes.
And you took a very basic but loved concept, and you doubled down on it.
You have serious connotations that you are delivering in a lighthearted manner, and that alone, that takes a lot of effort to do. To actually convey your point and not make your story feel stupid in and of itself. Like you're actually, when it turns serious, you get that it's serious. You're not laughing at that part, but you're laughing at the rest of it. So you're coming right along with the story, and you're very invested in these characters. So now that the planet's being attacked, and Rory has no idea. He's like just in a slump, probably drunk or high somewhere in a hotel room, and his old manager and the midget that he used to wrestle have to go find him.
Can't say that, it's offensive.
I'm sorry. But honestly, I'm a short dude, and I have to say that if I were a little person, I think I would be more offended by a little person.
Yeah, but you know what? That is a very good point. Because, like, can we just say, you know... Alright, so wait.
If you're a midget, you are somebody.
Midget. All right, midget is. I get it. Midget is offensive. Little person is more offensive.
Seems it. But that's what they want to be called. I don't get it.
Can we just say vertically challenged?
I think we can. Yeah.
Vertically challenged.
His vertically challenged sparring partner and the manager have to go find them before the Earth is completely destroyed.
You're welcome, America. Vertically challenged. There you go.
This is a great book.
It is.
Go and seek out Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia.
And the little kid, you boy or girl that like fucking like, you know, especially like if you grew up watching wrestling on fucking Saturday mornings or whatever, or like
we all did.
Or if you're revisiting wrestling, shout out to fucking the gorgeous ladies of Wrestling Glow on.
I haven't watched season 2 yet, but I can't wait to start.
Oh my god, great job! They got nominated for a lot of Emmys.
Really?
No, the Emmys came out today. The nominations. Netflix fucking destroyed everybody.
Really?
Between Glow and like The Crown and like, but like yeah, that goes on me's head. They did a great job, but like shout out to every wrestling fan, man, woman, you know, whatever color, creed, whatever. This book is for you because it not only does it humble you with the, you know, with what you grew up and love, but it actually makes you think about shit. And like, it's a great story. You know what? Dare I say it? This is the Rudy of wrestling.
Nice.
This is the Rudy of wrestling.
That's good.
This is the Rudy of wrestling.
I like that.
The Rudy of wrestling.
Following off on the indies, we got a bunch of books from Bad Halo Comix. We got Joseph, the compendium that we were sent by David Paul and Gary T. Becks. They're the authors of this. So Joseph is, in this case, Jesus. He's the Son of God, and he's gone to live with a Midwestern white family that has to take care of him. And basically, you know, God's out of the picture. He's like the surrogate dad or whatever. And they have adopted him. And they're kind of keeping him in line. Like, no miracles, Jesus, while we're out. You know, no turning water into wine while your parents aren't home. Or anything like that. And his best friend happens to also be the son of the devil. So, and it's presented to you in, like, Sunday Funnies style 3-panel things.
So just in layman's terms, his best friend is basically Eddie Haskins from fucking Leave the Beaver. I mean,
this is funny. It's the misadventures of the Son of God and the Son of Satan hanging out together and coming of age in a modern world. So like, what if Jesus Christ came to Earth now? And what happens? And you know, like, he has a bratty sister. The cat talks for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. And
I mean, cats are evil, but yet they're loved.
yeah, but cats are evil. They are planning on destruction.
I mean, cats are dicks.
Yeah.
I mean, can we all agree that cats are dicks? We love them.
They're dicks.
But they're dicks. They're dicks. Oh shit! Shout out to DJ Anzono official from Turkey. Hey.
Wow, cool.
That's a great joint. Welcome aboard, brother. Welcome to the basement.
Welcome to the show. So we also have Ugly Tales, and this is the quick story of a cat who is serving her master, this like Egyptian pharaoh, and he has some enemies that he has to fight to keep his throne. And the cat, when it pleases her and when the master orders it, turns into a giant sphinx-like creature and devours his enemies. Because that's what cats do.
Yeah.
That's what all cats do.
Yeah.
That's what they aspire to do. And when you turn your back on them, that's what they're going to do when you least expect it.
And scratching your furniture.
That was really one of the best segues we've ever had, I think, as a team. That was good. That was good. And it was purely accidental.
And we did it for you.
We did it for you
Periscope.
guys.
We did it for you, everybody. We did it for all you guys.
Also from Bad Halo Comix, this is one of my favorites. We have As Seen on TV.
Yeah.
Now this was, each little snippet in here is a couple of pages long, and you've got, you know, random products like infomercials, and they're selling a box of nothing. It's like, now there's new box of nothing. That's right, box of nothing is a toy chest, a clubhouse, a bathhouse, and an outhouse. Box of Nothing is a race car, a jet rocket, a rickshaw, a tour bus, a Titanic, and a hearse. And it goes all sorts like different things, like just as if you heard like a Mr. Popeil commercial or something. And the entire book is all sorts of different stuff like that. Like they're advertising this crazy ass soda called Fuzzy Pink. Fuzzy Pink contains nuclear byproducts, nitrous oxide, hydrogen peroxide, ethanol, glycol, nicotine, strychnine, and grasshoppers. Drink the pink. Fuzzy Pink.
Kate just mentioned, which would actually, it came in my mind when I saw this. It does have very beautiful respect and gratitude to UHF.
Yes. Yes, it does. One of the most classic Weird Al movies. One of the most classic 80s movies of all time.
And you had me at hello right there and there. And on a very personal note, I want to give props and praise to actually having, may I please, for having actual art of an afro in a comic book. That's actually legit. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Not every person in a comic book that's black doesn't have a barber. No, this guy actually has a barber. They gave him a lineup. Thank you so much. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
The only, like, if I was to nitpick anything about this, I would want each of these little snippets to be tossed in different spots within the regular comic, like a commercial.
Okay.
But instead of just reading like a 30-page book of all of these, I would want, like, if you ever read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and if you haven't been paying attention to the PB Top Picks, because that is my go-to for hilarity. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, every now and then you turn the page and you're reading a quick one-pager of Happy Noodle Boy. And Happy Noodle Boy is possibly just 5 times more insane than Johnny could ever be. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go buy the book. So you don't got to spend a lot of money on the hardcover, just get the soft cover trade paperback.
So you want Robot Chicken Chaos in the book?
Pretty much. That's exactly what I want.
Okay.
Like, as I'm reading...
That actually be great. That would be great for the book.
Especially like something like this, like the Joseph Compendium, and Bad Halo Comix has myriad other titles that we're not reviewing. Go check them out on Facebook and everything. You can find them at facebook.com/Bad Halo Comix. They have so many titles that you can get and download. And like, as you're reading the Adventures of Joseph, you could pop in one of them stories from As Seen on TV. And I think it would go over better than to just have everything thrown together.
Yes.
That's my humble opinion. But don't take nothing away from that. They're all really funny. And if I may, one of my absolute favorite segments of UHF was Conan the Librarian. It was like, do you have books on astronomy? Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? And then he chops him in half. And you know what I always found funny about that is, for all them years that we spent without Google in the world, because you and me's from that era, I still don't understand the Dewey Decimal System. I have no idea how that shit works.
2 words. Fake news.
That shit is fake. I just found the shit in alphabetical order.
Who in the fuck uses fucking the Dewey Decimal System right now?
No one.
Not even rocket scientists. No one doesn't use the Dewey Decimal System.
And finally, from Bad Halo Comix, we have Special Edition, which is 2 really messed up Tales from the Crypt type stories.
Yeah, it's dark. It's dark.
Yo, I don't know which messed me up more. Which fucked me up was like the dude bringing his date home to meet his mom, who happens to be a Cthulhu type Shoggoth demon with a whole like 2011 eyes and shit, or the one where the 2 girls are like getting dressed for, you know, a night out clubbing, and they're in one of the dressing rooms with all of the mirrors, and the girls talk about, oh, you know, like, my brother was telling me a crazy story that each mirror is a different universe, a different view that's looking back at you. And she's like, oh, stop being stupid. And all of a sudden, in the mirror, like it's an infinite kind of room with, you know, mirrors on all sides, they see just some crazy dude in a hat that looks a little bit like the Babadook, which if you've never seen that on Netflix, go watch it.
Yes.
He just starts killing the girls in the mirrors.
No.
And then at the last one, he just pops up in the mirror, right in front of him. And I'm like, fuck that, run, bitch, run!
Now, that shit being said, which one got you? Because the second one got me like all of that.
I think it was the mirror one.
Yeah.
Because that's, I'm reflecting on it now, I really didn't mean that. I didn't. That pun was completely unintended.
That was great. That was great. That's a great job.
But I'm telling you, I'm thinking about that shit now, and no. I don't even look in my mirrors at night. I don't. Because I know mirrors are doorways. I don't want to see what's on the other side of that shit. I seen that Kiefer Sutherland movie. No, it's fucked up.
I mean, hell, you look at fucking, Last Jedi. Mirrors are the evil.
Yes, they are. I look in my mirrors in the daytime.
And I would defend Last Jedi. It's a good movie. It's a great story. That's it.
That's understandable. But no, don't look in the mirrors in the dark, because you can see you, but you can't see them. So out this week is Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is the first Dan Slottless Amazing Spider-Man that we've seen in over 10 years. Now, you didn't get to read this one.
No, I did not, but
It's Nick Spencer and Ryan Ottley. Now, Nick Spencer is responsible for Hydra Cap.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it right now, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of at-me's for this shit.
All right, go ahead.
I didn't read it yet. I know, I didn't read it yet, but I'm saying it right now. The reason why I didn't read it is because I kept Miss Dan Slott. I miss Dan. I know he's gonna do great with Fantastic Four, but I miss Dan, and I didn't want to read it right away because Dan. You know what Dan is?
When you think you know a guy.
You know what Dan is? Dan is that cousin that knows he's gonna get you fucking arrested.
I'm laughing because I know exactly.
But you said fuck it. You know what? We got out before, we get out again. That's what Dan is to me.
Alright.
And I know he's gonna do the exact same shit with Fantastic Four. Probably like tweak it a little bit. But I missed him. Even though I know he didn't write this, and I didn't read it yet. I know it. Yes, I'm being a simple bitch. I mean that in the most respectful way. But I just
Alright. I'll tell you this much.
I'm catching up.
The Nick Spencer story. Ryan Ottley's artwork is great. I love it. I've loved Ryan Ottley. He did Invincible for a while.
Coming soon to TV. Coming soon.
What the fuck did he do? Was it not Land Shark, Tree Shark? Shit. Forest Grizzly. What the fuck was the name of that? Grizzly Shark.
Oh fuck! I know you talk about. God damn it.
Damn it! Why can't I think of that shit?
Cause we're drinking.
Yeah, I know. I think it's Grizzly Shark.
Is it Grizzly Shark or is it Shark Grizzly or like Grizzly like?
By the way, that shit is hilarious, and you need to go check it out. It's Sea Grizzly, and. Sea Bear and Grizzly Shark?
The picture will be up right now.
Yeah, so just look at the thing.
Yeah.
And for those of you listening to just audio, I'm sorry. Someone will get us on Periscope over here. Someone's Googling the motherfucker right now.
It does exist. We know it exists because we read it. But we cannot, recollect it right now.
Just ain't quite got it, and all the phones are busy.
But I meant to read this today, and unfortunately, life and job,
they get in the way sometimes.
They got in the way.
I will tell you that it's new, but it's not new. If that makes any sense. The title of the story is Back to Basics.
Okay.
But they don't give you the title until the last page. You know how some of the big two started doing that shit?
Yeah.
So the whole book feels like kind of a prologue leading up, and it's an introduction to what's going on with Spider-Man now. He was working at the Daily Bugle, as last we saw. He was like the science editor.
Yep.
He got fired from that.
Okay.
Because it was found out this old classmate of his at ESU invented this machine called the Watcher that can pick out student plagiarism across the multiverse. So like if I was trying to get my doctorate or something, and I went through a dimensional portal and found a genius me from Earth fucking 2952 and made him write it, this machine could figure it out.
So you basically made a galactic cheat sheet.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So but now they find it, and they throw Peter under the bus because when Peter finished his doctorate, it was actually Otto Octavius that did it. And the machine figures out that it was Otto Octavius's work and not Peter Parker's. So he loses his job as science editor of the Daily Bugle because of this, tragedy, this miscalculation, this misnomer, this misinformation. Aunt May's mad at him because she's disappointed in him, so this breaks his heart.
Don't even start on Aunt May.
Mary Jane's laughing at him because how can you even explain that your evil arch nemesis was in a cloned body of you and he did all the work for you? And he's like, no, it wasn't a cloned body. He was me. He was in my consciousness. But now he's in a cloned body. So it pokes a little fun at itself and at a lot of Dan Slott storylines. So I was all for that.
Oh, so it fires shots.
Oh yeah, I think it fires friendly shots. And I mean, let's face it, some people get killed by friendly fire. But I think it was more like when you shoot your buddy with a paintball gun that you just bought.
Listen,
kind of thing.
There's many things that I would not forgive him for. Obviously, one more day.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't even blame him for that because I think Marvel was more behind that. Joey Q with ending the marriage.
Come on,
I think he was handed the story and said write it, and I think he did the best he could with it. Now I'm not a big fan of Dan Slott, so for me to defend this point.
Okay. I respect it. I respect it.
I'm going to tell you, I read an interview, and I don't remember which writer it was. I wish I did, but he had something great to say, which was...
No, he's not.
What did I say?
Is Joe Quesada dead yet?
No,
he's not.
And he's not really in charge anymore either.
No,
which is why, with the final conclusion on Spider-Man, which I'm going to spoil for you guys, throw the cheese down now, we'll get to in a moment. But the writer had said, these are Marvel's characters. They're not yours. So you don't get to do what you want to do. You're handed the idea, and you have to do your best with it.
And they did that because of the fucking From Life or whatever.
Right. And Joey Q wanted the marriage over, and I think Dan Slott was handed a turd and said, polish this. And I think he truly tried to do the best he could. I'm not saying Dan Slott had the worst run I've ever read on Spider-Man. I liked a lot of his stuff, but... I liked a lot of J. Michael Straczynski's stuff, too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But he also tried to have fucking Gwen Stacy have Norman Osborn's kids. So,
that made no fucking sense to the history
there are ups
Earth.
and there are downs. I loved Spider Island. I hated Alpha, if we're talking about...
Spider Island was awesome.
Fucking dope. And then you had Spidey training that new dopey kid, Alpha.
Yeah.
And thank God that shit ended in 5 issues. Yeah. So, I could have a whole extras on just Dan Slott and his story.
In the last 20 years of Spider-Man... We got is four. No, you know what? I'll take it back. In the last 25 years of Spider-Man,
sure.
I got 3 things that stick out.
Really stand out to you. Okay, I want to hear this.
Number 1, and at me if you want, Speedball. Speedball became a fucking Thunderbolt.
That is within 25 years. You're right.
Yes.
That was Spidey's Totally Tiny Adventure. That was great.
Yes. That was a great fucking idea that they made dark.
Yeah, Penance. I love that story.
And they need to bring Penance back.
I agree.
That was amazing. Number 2, Spider Island was great.
Spider Island was a lot of fun, yes.
It had me actually you know what? I have to wait till next week. And number 3, and once again, at me, I don't care, but I enjoyed it. There was, the first run of Roberto Ramos's Amazing Spider-Man. Okay. Yes, they threw all the fuck. They gave him basically every character in his fucking rogues gallery. Make something work with it, and it worked for me.
If I had to choose the past 20 years, I'm just gonna go 20.
Okay.
Of Amazing Spider-Man, the 3 that stand out the most to me. Or certainly, because now we're in 2018, so 20 years ago was 1998.
Side note, the other actually.
The other was really cool.
I enjoyed the other.
Honorable mention I was going to give to the other as well.
Okay.
But Revelation comes first.
Ooh,
because I hated the Clone Saga, but I did love the resolution.
Okay.
That established, and it's something Peter said in this book as well, when he corrects Mary Jane, he's like, Otto Octavius is not my arch nemesis. He's like my arch nemesis runner-up.
Yeah.
Referring, of course, to the Green Goblin.
Yes.
Which... Revelations established him as the be-all, end-all villain. They've overused him to shit by now, but at that point, Spidey didn't have really an arch nemesis. He had Venom, he had Carnage, Doc Ock. So Green Goblin was fucking dead, and Harry Osborn was, goblined out from years ago. So to bring Norman back, after 20, 25 years from like, you know, he died in the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy shit, that's a hell of a move. Very nice. The beginning of the J. Michael Straczynski era and when J. Scott Campbell was doing the covers.
Oh, God.
Those were great. That, I find it interesting that you know, they try to do the establishment of, like, Peter Parker was destined to be Spider-Man through all of these, like, totems and everything. And I didn't really buy into that, but I liked where it went.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I liked the Inheritors story and all of these different Spider-Men from different universes and shit. So I give a mention to that because of, like, I didn't like the original story, but I liked where inevitably it went. And that led into the other as well.
Yeah. It had depth. It had depth.
Yes. It added something to the Spider-Verse that, at the time, I did not think it was necessary. But in hindsight, I'm like, okay, that wasn't fucking half bad. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I fucking hate Brand New Day.
Oh my God.
I hated One More Day. If they wanted to end the marriage with Mary Jane and Spider-Man, I have been saying this for 10 years.
Just kill her.
Forget killing her. Think back to Secret Invasion.
Oh.
Make her a fucking Skrull.
Oh.
And the real Mary Jane was on the ship.
That would have been perfect.
I was never married to you. I barely knew you. You were dating Gwen. Like, what the fuck? And Peter's like, that was the fucking end of the story.
Oh my God.
Fuck his ass up mentally. But, that notwithstanding, again, I could have a whole extras on that.
You've been triggered for like 20 years.
Yeah. But, Back in Black, when Aunt May got shot, and Peter Parker broke in to Rikers, to the raft, to beat the shit out of the Kingpin.
Yeah.
Pulled his mask off, like, Spider-Man's not doing this. I am. I was like, that's gangster.
That's a boss-ass move. That's a boss-ass move.
Damn, son, you got embarrassed in front of a whole prison yard.
That was a boss-ass move. That was a boss-ass move.
So in this one now, I think it's kind of a shot at Joey Q, too. Peter and Mary Jane get back together. And I'm all for it. I know something horrible is going to happen to her.
That's coming up. That's coming up.
Loved it. And Peter's now going back to ESU to earn his doctorate.
Yes.
Under the tutelage of one of his most esteemed professors. Are you ready for this? Dr. Kurt Connors.
I mean, like...
The fucking lizard. As a lizard, he's a lizard, and he's in a classroom. So, it's out there, man. But, again, Nick Spencer... He did write Hydra Cap, but that might have been Marvel's doing. You know, Marvel could have said, all right, we're going to make Cap a villain, and it's up to you to make the fans like it. And
I blame both sides. No, I blame both sides.
Yeah, I agree.
Because some fact, like, yes, you are the writer. Yes, you're in control of the character that you was paid to write. You could have found a way. Because, like, listen, there's not Morrison. There's not Bendis. It didn't stop Alan Moore. It didn't stop fucking Tony Daniel.
Third time was the charm. He got that one.
It didn't stop Tony Daniel, who fucking basically tricked DC to fucking put Batman into the mold that actually sticks till this day.
I like those, though. I like the Tony Daniel era.
Exactly. But which is the Tony Daniel, the Batman that we know right now?
Yeah.
That is Tony Daniel's fucking Batman.
I agree. I remember I was reading Batman,
and he tricked DC to make that mold.
But like Nick Spencer also wrote The Deadly Foes of Spider-Man, which is a great little miniseries.
No, it's a very
like Sinister Six Light. Go check it out.
It's a very underrated.
I agree.
And underappreciated fucking.
Fully agree. It takes Spidey's basically D-list hero villains: Hydro Man, the Beetle, Boomerang.
But you always had love for Hydro Man. I mean, dude, you control water. You can drown a bitch. I'm sorry.
I like the Beetle always because Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, the very first episode, had the Beetle in it. Yeah. So I had a little spot in my heart for him.
I always have love for Beetle too, because like Thunderbolts when that when Thunderbolts came back.
When that shit first came out, that was dope.
And then when they don't you get me started.
So I can't say that ASM was my book of the week. Like I said, it's nothing new. Peter is now down on his luck. He's living with Robbie Robertson's nephew.
He's a slut.
But he's Spidey. And you know the formula for Spidey is always the same. Knock him down, build him up, knock them down. Build them up, knock them down, etc., etc. Repeat process. Also out this week was Farmhand from Image. Now this is written and drawn by the same dude who drew Chew.
Damn it! I wanted to read this before I got here, but fucking damn it! Like
this is like this dude took everything that John Layman wrote into Chew, and he just took the fucked upness of it and brought it to this book. So you have this young black dude who he has a nightmare of he grew up on a farm. His dad runs the farm with his sister, and he has a nightmare of finding his dad's eye in the dirt, and he tries to dig his dad out, and his dad's like, no, leave me here, and all of a sudden it infects him, and it grows into this giant evil looking tree, and he's like, we're all part of the same branch, and you know, whatever, all part of the same cursed family tree. And then he wakes up, you know, screaming, and he's married to this white woman, and they have like mixed race kids. So I'm assuming that this is going to be important down the line, which is why I bring it up now. But
is
now,
it Donald Glover? I mean, I don't know what's going on.
I think if they made a movie, it should be.
Okay, fair enough. I allow it.
So it starts out now with you realize that he's estranged from his dad, and they've just recently gotten back in touch and gotten back together. So the family, he's taking his family and going back to the family farm. When they get there, it's not just a family farm no more. It's like the whole big government facility. Because what's going on? And you find out that the dad had this weird-ass vision, like seeing this bright light, and suddenly he knows how to make stem cell research, but grow it out of plants. So they walk into the factory where all of these things are growing, and there's hands growing on trees, there's arms coming out of branches, there are noses coming out of little plants, there are hearts in, like, they're making hydroponics, like you make the fucking roots and his heart's growing and shit. They are growing human parts from plants, and the worst part is when they cut the limbs off to, like, let's say, transplant them, the tree bleeds, the tree bleeds, the tree bleeds. Can't stress that enough. So, like, the dad is all happy to see his grandkids and his son, and everybody's reconnected, and you got this great family moment. And in the midst of this, dude asks the sister, who's still working on the farm, Miss, could you tell me where the bathroom is? So she's like, oh yeah, down the hall to the right, whatever. So he goes with his son, and all of a sudden they knock out one of the guards, and the son walks into this secret little, you know, employees only kind of area, naturally. So they're obviously trying to steal some secrets. And the kid's like a ninja and shit. He beats up all the guards and everything. And he's got like a little robot arm, and he tries to steal one of the pieces. And this other security guard comes out of nowhere and bonks him on the head. So one of the guys comes up to the grandfather. He's like, sir, we've got weeds in the garden. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll take care of this. Son, just look around the factory. I'll be back. So the old man, all of a sudden, like, flips, turns gangster. And he's talking to the kid. He's like, what do you work for? Doesn't matter if you stay quiet. I'm going to find out. They don't care about you. You're a tool to them. Who do you work for? So he's like, all right. And he looks at his arm and he's like, you know, like, look what they did to you. Like, this is what you wanted. This is what they made you do. So he takes that arm, throws it away, and takes one of the grown arms. The security guard cuts the grown arm off the tree. And he's like, and the grown arm just things its way over to him, and he's like, my sheep know my voice. And the thing, he picks the arm up, and he's about to attach it to the kid, and you see like the meat of the limb, right? And he's like, this is probably gonna hurt a little bit. And all of a sudden, like the limb just turns into this lamprey mouth. You ever know what a lamprey is? Have you ever seen a lamprey? This is one of the most fucked up creatures on the planet. It's just a tube of teeth.
See, time out. Yeah. See, the BMD actually triggered in my head. That's the black man's directive. So I'm out. Yeah. Like, the third sentence, I'm out. Like, I'm not staying this long. I'm not staying this long.
Yo, this story's so fucked up.
Like, I'm not staying this long. Like, I want to read it, but I'm not staying this long. Like, I was out when, you know,
when the tree bled, I saw you like kind of like with one foot out the door.
Yeah. When the tree bled, when I was hesitant to go to the bathroom, I was out.
Yeah.
like, yeah. I will read this because I'm intrigued by the fuckery that's coming after. But, yeah. The BMD, yeah.
Well, like, the thing just, like, the arm bites its way onto the child. And the old man's like, in a few hours, they won't even be able to tell my tissue from your tissue. It'll bond to you completely. They'll probably dissect you and try. They'll kill you. Nah. But they won't be able to tell.
No, thank you.
Like, the old man got so fucked. Like, he just went total black ops on him. It was sick.
No. My BMD has saved me in many books. What was the other book from Boom that we reviewed a couple of weeks ago? I can't remember it.
From Boom. Ooh.
It was the one with the black chick that was a fucking. She worked in the freaking morgue, and and yeah, she got like sneezed on by the alien creature. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Shit, I can't think of the name of it. The BMD already nope.
And for those of you out there who like just your own personal safety matters to you, get yourself a black friend, and when the BMD goes off, follow them, because they know how to get themselves out of trouble. Because if you ever watch a horror movie, who is the motherfucker that always gets everybody into trouble? It's some white girl. Guarantee you it's a white girl or some stupid, blonde-haired, like, surfer white dude who wants to go check out the evil cave.
Till this day, the greatest fucking horror movie of all time, from a black perspective, is Scream 2. Okay, I will give you the scene. Open scene. Dwayne Martin playing the cameraman, talking to Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox, Arquette. That's when they got married.
Yep.
And she looks at him and says, "Oh my God, there was another murder." And he says, and I quote, "I'm out." What do you mean? There are white people dying. I'm the only black man here. I'm out. You never saw him again.
He made the right decision. He lived it. He lived it. Now, speaking of white dudes getting people in trouble, let's go back a couple of weeks to Bedtime Games.
Dude! Oh, dude!
Who got him in trouble, though? Who got him in trouble was the blonde-haired white kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, not for nothing, the black girl's BMD was obviously malfunctioning because she was just like, I'm all for it. Let's just go. Let's just go.
Yeah.
But she was a little touched in the head because
she was triggered. She was triggered. Like,
she had a traumatic past.
Yes. Like, that should happen to, what, like 8, 9?
I didn't register in age, but being that they're seniors in high school, I guess they are young.
She was young.
But she was still young enough to get gangster and bash the guy's head in. All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. So what happened was, you got these three kids, they're in their senior year in high school, and in a scene that I can only akin to Lock and Key, they find a secret door with a secret key that leads into a tunnel that is underneath their school. So one of the kids steals the key, the aforementioned troublemaking blonde-haired white kid, steals the key from the teacher. And they're going to go open this secret tunnel. And they're going to go in. Now, each one of them has kind of like a dark past. And it's, you know, as the issues go on, now the first issue talked about two of the kids. The other kid briefly mentions like, oh, my dad hates me. He thinks I'm going to be a fuck-up all my life. The kid wants to be an artist. So, kid, as an artist, I'm going to tell you, stop. Don't do it. If you want to continue to like art, do it as a hobby and go take corporate law. Because if you want to be upset with yourself, you can cry in your Ferrari later in life. Trust me.
Much.
The other kid, his brother has some sort of very horrendous terminal cancer. And the black girl, she lived with her mom, who ran a bookstore in California, and these two assholes come in to rob the place, and they got him at gunpoint, and they said, like, nothing's gonna happen to you if you just turn over the money. And the mother's like, we don't really have that much money. And the guy's like, I know that there's some special edition, first edition books in here that are worth thousands. And she's like, it's really not. And so the girl, being a little kid or whatever, however old she was, I'm gonna say like maybe early, like 12, 13.
Okay.
I'll give her like all of her high school career with the crazy drunken aunt.
Alright, so we're saying 11 and 12. All right, 11 and 12, alright.
She takes something and bashes one of the guy's heads in. So he drops the gun on her. But now this other dude's got the shotgun pointed at her mom. And she grabs the guy's gun and points it at him. And then he's like, see, you shouldn't have done that. And then fast forward a couple pages and there's a really fucked up scene.
Yes, sir.
Like, wow. I'm going to pop it up on screen for you guys because y'all need to see this. Y'all need to experience it the same way we did.
Yeah.
Where you actually see the mother's exploded head because that's what a 12 gauge would do to someone's head. And here's my problem. You got the gun. You already bashed one bastard's head in. Why do you say, like, you're just going to point the gun at him? No, you take, pat, 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 pat. Like, how you feel over there with your gut wound? How you doing?
Like literally, when I read it, I literally text you in the group chat. I'm like, dude,
Bedtime Games is
fucking, that's a good fucking issue 1.
And that's not even the crazy shit. That's just the introduction to the main characters. So they get in there, they find that the tunnel is walled up. Somebody, the school, somebody like closed it up. And they find this weird pamphlet down there. So the bedtime, Mr. Bedtime is coming to see you or something like that. And it's got, when each of them looks at it, it shows their own traumatic experience. The one kid looked at it, he's seen his brother. The girl looked at it, she's seen her cradle in her mom's body, headless body.
Sir.
And then fast forward to the last page, when the little cancer-ridden kid wakes up in bed, and he looks and he sees this fucked up zombie-looking guy, and he's like, don't worry about it. Mr. Bedtime's here to keep you company. This is some straight-up Tales from the Crypt shit. This is some crazy-ass Dark Horse stuff written by Nick Keller. I'm not familiar with this guy, but this is good.
Nick did a great job.
You were singing the praises of this book, and unfortunately we were too drunk to get to it 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
But I'm really glad that I got to read this, and I saw what you had seen. You're right. This was like, a dope book.
Like I said, the cringe was automatic. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, then like, when they get the payoff, like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like, it was so good. And just like, good job by Bedtime Games. Like,
yep.
Seriously.
Going on the horror book kick from Oni Press. Did you get a chance to read Shadow Roads?
No. It was on my list to read it.
Alright, so this is from Cullen Bunn, the same dude who writes Harrow County.
Yep.
And he also wrote Deadpool Assassin. Did you have a chance to read that?
I've read the first 2.
Okay, I didn't read issue 2 yet, but issue 1 was dope. How great was that?
No, issue one was dope because like it wasn't forced Ryan Reynolds.
Thank you!
It was Deadpool.
What did I say in my review? He didn't get the chance to watch the episode. That's exactly what I said. This is Ryan Reynolds comedy, but it's not forced. It's not like the other book was trying to be. The regular Deadpool book was trying to be.
It's not forced. And like I enjoyed it. Like, well, I mean, like let's keep it 100 right now. The best 4 writers right now in comics right now is Cullen, Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates is the reason why I came back to fucking Doctor Strange.
I hear you. Ta-Nehisi
Coates is the reason why I fucking say, you know what, I'm gonna take a flyer on fucking Cosmic Ghost Rider.
See, I didn't get a chance to read that. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
It's worth the buy.
I mean, I've loved everything Ta-Nehisi Coates has done so far, from Redneck, Baby Teeth, to back when he was with Elliot Rahal doing the Paybacks. I have like followed his storied career since he arrived on scene.
And like once again, you can at me if you want. Fucking oh boy, Roberto, whatchamacallit, that's writing Hit Girl. Hit Girl is pure unadulterated.
Hit Girl is great. I can't even think of the guy's name. I'm sorry.
It's pure unadulterated violence, but with a fucking story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all for it right now.
All right.
But that being said, like it's bravo. It's bravo.
So Shadow Rose is like a horror western. You got this one. The story opens with this guy who's going down the road and he's talking to what looks like a Civil War guy kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And when he finally gets to where he's going, the Civil War guy's nowhere to be found. And as he's like, wrapping up his horse on the post, the kid's like, sir, you okay? Like, I've seen you talking to yourself. And you don't realize that he was talking to a ghost this whole time. And you get the impression that he was with this ghost for quite some time. He was walking through the desert with him. And as you get an introduction to each of these characters, you realize that each one of them have touched the supernatural in some way. This guy talks to ghosts. They follow him around when they want to. You meet this other little girl who's kind of like Annie Oakley. Like, she's just super good with guns and shit. Y'all know, if y'all don't know the legend of Annie Oakley, by the way, she did exist. She could like shoot a playing card through from the side, kind of thing.
I'm not even mad at you. When you said Annie, I thought about fucking Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. Annie, are you okay?
I mean, maybe he was talking about her. I don't know. We never really got to ask him.
Possible. Maybe
and this girl has ghosts also following her. So, and like it's like people she killed and shit. And now you also have this Native American guy who is in England, and he's visiting like a Native American museum, and like he's kind of experiencing the racism there. It's like, look at the Indians doing this, and you know we're not supposed to call them that no more. And this guy's just like he don't know how to act because it's still the 1800s, and they don't, you know, they didn't have terms like Native Americans then. We didn't have terms like Native Americans in the 80s, really. You know, we didn't get who the fuck. And some like old medicine man comes up to him and hands him a dagger. And he's like, what am I supposed to do with this? And he turns around and the guy's gone. Where'd he go? He's got the dagger. So now they're on the train, him and his buddy, they're on like the Hogwarts Express, whatever, and all of a sudden they are attacked. It's what it looked like. Like they're in a little train car, you know, like the side doors and shit. And they are attacked by demons.
The Hogwarts Express.
And all of a sudden this other girl comes out of nowhere, starts shooting up the demons, and she's like, get behind me, we'll be out of the tunnel soon. And he's like, what? It's like, do you want to live? Get behind me. We're gonna get off this train, but you gotta get behind me. So all of a sudden he turns around like the demon's attacking, and he slashes one of them with this mystical knife of his. Who knew it was mystical? But hey, it worked.
Hey.
So they get out of the tunnel, they get off the train somewhere back in America. They were in England a moment ago, now they're in America. And she's like, I've taken you home. There are doorways. That tunnel was one of them, where the fabric of, you know, space-time, where our world becomes thinner, and things like this can break through. It's like that dagger somehow can fight these things.
Okay.
So basically, we're gonna see a team up between the cowboy dude, the Annie Oakley girl, the Native American guy, and this, you know, gun-slinging woman with her bodyguard. And they're all gonna just have to team up. You know when there's gonna be a team up. Like as a comic fan, you can smell it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I know what's coming.
Always issue 3.
Yeah.
Always issue 3.
And Cullen does a great job in like almost every book he writes. But he introduces the characters in an immediate way. I got 5 new characters in the span of one book, and I'm already invested in them. I want to know what's going on with them. I want to know more about them. I want to know about their personalities, what makes them tick, where did they come from, how did they get here. All of that I got in less than 32 pages.
You know, you always know my motto was like, I want to know, you know, first of all, what's going on, what's happening, why I'm here. That's why I want in the first 3 issues of any book.
So basically they have to traverse these shadow roads, title plot, to find, you know, these doorways into the nether realm, if you will. That's my expression. That's not that. Not from the book. Right. I absolutely loved it, and I love that you know, Cullen Bunn is kind of bouncing around to different publishers and getting his stuff out there.
Get that check. Get those checks.
Because he's still doing Harrow County. He's doing Deadpool with Marvel, and he's doing this with Oni Press. We're
get
good.
That check. Get that check. Get that exclusive. Fuck that.
Yep.
All right. So before you go on, it's one question that I was asked to ask from a friend of mine. What was the first comic that made you embrace the world that you're in right now? Not the first comic you brought, but the first comic that made you embrace the world that you're in right now.
Okay, that might be 2.
Okay,
one of 2, and I don't know which one it is.
I'll allow it.
But it would have to be like the first time I saved my money for a book.
Okay.
And at the time, the very first quote-unquote expensive comic that I bought was, I spent $20 on Punisher #1. And this wasn't the miniseries, this was the regular ongoing at the time from Mike Barron, where the Punisher's on the fire escape with the bazooka, and the dude's like, in the window. And my comic shop had it for $20, because at the time, that's, you know, what it was. Now you can probably get it for $5 on eBay, you know, who knows. I don't even know if that book is worth anything anymore.
I don't know. It might be worth... No, I think it still might be worth something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But I spent $20 on that.
Punisher Wardrobe 1 through 6 of fucking Jim Lee is fucking...
That's Jim Lee, though. That's the difference. Like, most people slept on that shit. They didn't realize that Jim Lee worked on Punisher.
And
I mean,
that was a fucking
that Wolverine cover with the Punisher shirt, and he's like,
that was a great fucking run. Oh my god,
so sick.
Oh, that wasn't him and Ennis. Who was it that fucking wrote that shit?
I don't remember who wrote it.
Oh my god, that was a fucking great run. Cause when they fucking crossed paths and like you saw, like it made. That's the thing. Fucking Punisher War Journal, especially when fucking Wolverine and fucking Punisher met, it made sense.
It was always like, it was Punisher Wolverine or Punisher Daredevil, and it was always a great encounter back in the day. And this was like when, you know, before everybody crossed over with everybody, it was like, oh shit, we got
They met in fucking Nom. They met in fucking Nom. It was fucking great. It was fucking great.
But like Punisher 1 was the first time that, amongst all of my friends, I was the one who went out and spent more than, you know, comics were $1.25 at the time. And they're like, you spent $20 on a comic? You could have got 20 other comics. Well, I was like, but I wanted that one. Like, I wanted that collector's item. And then the very first Silver Age book I ever bought was $60, and I thought my grandmother was going to have a shit fit at the time, but it was Amazing Spider-Man 39.
Ooh,
the last Romita title, and I'm sorry, the first Romita title, excuse me, where Green Goblin finds out Peter Parker's identity. You find out the identity of Green Goblin, and the cover he's like hauling him along with it. I still have my original issue. I will never sell it. I have since upgraded that copy. I have a near mint 8.5, but I don't give a shit. I still have the copy that I bought, and I will never get rid of it, because that was, I think that was, if anything, Punisher 1 was the lid of the coffin, but ASM 39 was the nail, and that sealed it shut. And after that, I was just like, these older books were just something wild to me. It was like, it was art history, and I had to experience more and more of it. And I had the bug, and that was it. Here we are.
The 3 books I have that made me commit to everything. One's gonna be cheesy, one's gonna be glorious, one's gonna be automatic.
All right.
Secret Wars 2, issue 1. That I hope that is dear to me.
I don't remember a lot of Secret Wars 2.
Beyond the was me all day. Like I pray every Marvel movie that comes out. And granted there was a slight Easter egg in the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 2 about the Beyonder's existence that made me giddy as fuck. Cause like I just love the fact of a guy that he just wanted to be down, but he had so much power in the world he couldn't be down. So he just fucking changed the game so he could be normal. And he fucked everything up. I love that concept. That was a Beyonder to me. Number 2 was fucking Uncanny X-Men, the Death for Angel. I have that triple bagged in storage right now. I have that. I'm proud of that.
The Death of Angel. Was when he became Archangel, you mean?
No, but when the Marauders killed him.
Okay. Oh, so did the Wolverine Sabretooth fight was like, what is it, X-Men like 214 or some shit?
213.
Yeah, when they fought the Marauders.
Yeah.
Okay, I know which one you fought. When they invaded the mansion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I have that triple bag.
All right.
All day, every day. And number 3, the one book that I hold dear to, the 242 X-Men Inferno.
I have that. I can't think of the cover. 242. Was that where they were all like lying dead and there's Madeline Pryor like this? Like, yes.
Yes, because that.
Ask me what I had for lunch. It's gone. Yeah. But that's in there.
Because that was Silvestri's last cover.
Yes.
Before they renegotiated with his contract. And then fucking Al Rome did a couple of issues, and then they made a call to, like, you know, a young intern named Jim Lee. The fucking.
And then they split it up and it became X-Men, like the single most sold comic book on Earth. Which will never be worth anything. I'm sorry, folks. It never will. Ever.
Like, if you had it at that time and you bought it and you sold it right away, you probably made it like a bandit. You made it like
you probably made the $15, $20 that you wanted to get out of it. Now you can't sell it for $1.
I think I made a couple $100 off of that.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. You know what? Because the reason why you made a couple $100 off it, he did fucking like 10 covers.
But it was 6. It was the regular 5 and the gatefold.
The gatefold, and like, you know, we had actual stills of, like, you know, the fucking remember the poolside shit. He made the poolside cover. That was a cover? I thought that was for the swimsuit issue. They reprinted that yeah, they reprinted the fucking the swimsuit. I know exactly the scene you're talking about. They reprinted it because like it was so in demand. Oh, trust me, I studied that. So fucking sound like a fucking storm in the same panel. Studied the art. Go ahead and tell you. Studied. Hey, you know, Jerkins is your friend. It's okay. Yeah, I'm just saying. But so those 3 right there, and honorable mention to the freaking Transformers. I want to say it's 25, the return to Cybertron, when I think it was the Return to Cybertron when, let me check out this right. It was the Return to Cybertron, fucking and NWI, what's up? I think it was the Return to Cybertron where I want to say Wheeljack died. And they were just like reshuffling. They were trying to catch up to the show. The show blew way more than they expected. And I was trying to like shuffle in new characters and so on. I never really read the Transformers comics. I don't know. I have issue 1, but I never. And I would love to get issue 1 signed, but they're just so expensive on eBay because I guess like Peter Cullen doesn't do appearances all that much. The first comic book I ever bought. The first comic books I ever bought in my life, and I'm proud to say this, was fucking X-Men 1, I want to say it was 201, and it was fucking Transformers number 3 with Spider-Man in the black suit on the cover. Those were the first 2 comic books I ever bought with my own money. And I still have those in me. I still have You gotta keep your originals. You gotta. I still have the very first comic that was ever given to me, and I had the very first comic I ever bought. And like I will upgrade those issues. I may get, you know, CGC 9/8 of them, but I will never get rid of my books. Oh, forgot to throw one. And it also was Avengers Avengers Annual, where they had fucking Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, her first appearance. I had that in my house. Like, that's actually hanging on my wall. Who's also making an appearance in the movie. Yes. But like, it's grinding my gears. It's like, we don't know who's casted at her, because like originally it was the one of the wives who's in She's Gotta Have It. She had to back out because of scheduling. No shit, I didn't know that. Yeah, so we don't know who it's gonna be. Oh shit! But she's gonna be in the movie. Huh? As like a beautiful Easter egg. I didn't know that. We don't know who she's gonna be. Where was the breaking nerd news on that, man? That was before I fucking popped up. I didn't know that shit. But like, yeah, she's like Monica Rambeau's gonna be in the movie. We just don't know how and who's gonna be it. But yeah, hey, it is what it is. Alright. These have been sitting here for a while. They have. Let's get to that. Yeah. Salud. Cheers to everyone sticking with us. Salud. Still going. What we got next? We got Aftershocks Relay out this week. Now this was a complete allegory of if you mix modern day Christianity and the Crusades. And a little bit of 2001: A Space Odyssey. So it was MTV2? What an interesting comparison. There's this big black monolith, a la 2001, and every now and then the monolith talks to the populace, and it says, find whatever the guy's name is. We'll just call him Tim the Toolman Taylor for now. We'll find Tim's world. Find Bobby's world. Why not Bobby's world? Because we had Bobby's world. So CRL. Yeah. Oh, Bobby was coming back, by the way. What? He's coming back. No, he's coming back. Is Howie Mandel doing it? Yes, he's doing the voice. He's doing the voice. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. All right, I'm intrigued. Yeah. So this thing, like, all of a sudden the monolith starts talking, like, find Doug Donaldson's world, whatever the fuck this guy's name is. And it's up to these, like, relay police to go out into the cosmos and spread the word of this device called the relay. Nice. And they go to different planets, all in the search of their savior, this guy Donaldson. I think that's his name, but I don't remember. They're in the search of his world,
and at the same time they're trying to create his world. You know, find his world could mean convert everyone to this religion, this, you know, essence of being of the relay, and if you don't submit, you are basically horrendously destroyed. And they say this, like, you could either, you know, could conform to what the rest of the planets are doing with the relay, or you could not exist anymore. So and that's up to you. So there you have the Crusades. Like, this is what...
The universe. The knit in the universe. Basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
But in a really fucked up kind of way. And honestly, I like Aftershock stuff, but I didn't buy into this one. And it's not because I have any love of any modern religion or anything, but I mean, this just wasn't a book for me. I'm not saying it's a bad story. It's not my book. But if you're into this stuff, if you like religious conspiracies, which I normally do, but I'm just, you know, there's too many modern implications of it. It's got too many, rings too many bells of modern society, of, you know, different religions being forced onto people and stuff. And I get that those are the allegories that the book is going for. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not so blind to that I can't pick up on that. I get it. But I'm not into it. My comics are an escapism. And I know some people don't think of that. Like, they don't look at comics as a way to escape from the modern world. They want the allegories. They want the reflections of society. And I will bite for a few.
You want the out. You want the out.
For the most part, man, I really need it. I don't want it. I fucking need it, because every time I turn on the news, I want to pitch something at my TV.
What, man, dude? I told you this like months ago. You have to follow my fucking perspective. 7 minutes of news. Literally.
I try to just watch the weather, and that's why I watch like the channel ones.
7 minutes. The weather's involved.
Yeah, that's it, and you're done.
No, literally. Give yourself. Set a timer in the morning when you get ready. 7 minutes. That's all you need. Anything past that, you're going too far. You're going too far.
Yep. And
it helps out. Now, to go back to your book, it's like, I see the conflict, but I also see the curiosity of the book. And it made me curious.
Oh, yeah. No, this book definitely has an audience. And I'm glad it's you. So you can tell me about it. It's not me, because it was stressing me out to read it. You know? Like, it's a good book. Aftershock's got a lot of good shit.
No, Aftershock in the last 3 months has been fucking on fire with shit.
Animosity just got an option for the fucking show. I've been on Animosity since Jump Street. I hope you guys got this. Yo, Marguerite, what is her last name?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Fucking
the writer is brilliant, and it's basically like animals just, I'm going to use the term loosely, they just get woke. Animals just wake the fuck up and start talking like, yo, don't eat me. And you're like, what the hell? How can I kill this cow when he's talking to me? You know? Kind of thing. And now animals kind of have taken over the planet, because I don't know if you're aware of this, but they outnumber us. This is going to be an awesome show. Like, I hope it gets real dark and Netflixy.
Not so, like...
But back to Relay.
Will you think the show will be actually live action, or will it be fucking...
I think it's going to be live action, dude.
Oh, wow.
The way... When I first read the article, the way it sounded, I think it's live action.
Wow. That could be scary.
Yeah. And you know the way they can do CGI now, they just make that shit so totally believable. Like, so you think Lassie's actually talking to you. It's going to be crazy.
That can be so scary, but so good. Oh, I'm all for it.
But yeah, I know Relay has its audience. They're searching for the Messiah and everything. I'm not the audience in this case, but it's not a bad book. And if you're reading it, kind of keep us posted. I want to know what you're reading just as much as you guys want to know what the Basement Boys are reading. And, you know, we'll usually tell you what to stay away from. I'm not telling you to stay away from this. I'm telling you I'm not going to be picking up the rest of it. But, like, there's a difference, you know, like, we'll warn you against a couple of books.
Yeah.
And then we'll just say, this is a good book, but it's not a basement book.
Nah, there's
a big difference.
The one thing that, you know, the followers, the fans, the family trusting you is that you don't sugarcoat shit.
No.
But you also will, like, not disrespect shit that, you know, just wasn't for you.
Right.
This is fair.
There's a difference in the audience, and it's that simple. Like, here's a great example of a book with modern day allegories,
Okay.
but that I was into. Images Unnatural from last week.
Okay. Okay.
Oh man. Alright.
Yeah.
Now this is written, drawn, and colored. Thank you.
Great segue.
Thank you. I actually had this one planned.
Great segue.
I did.
Nice.
I had this one planned. It's written, drawn, and colored by the same girl. This is brilliant. The book, this is an example of good art that I was not sold on the story at first. Because you got animals. These are all different animals. This girl's a pig. They're, living in a world with goats and fucking giraffes and wolves and dogs and all kinds of different animals being personified. And let's go with racial connotations where they don't want mixed race breeding. You don't want, and realistically, I mean, how fucked up would this be if a pig mated with a dog? Like, what the fuck would that make?
So it's Carol Gardens.
Yeah, some shots. Yo, I ain't even going near that. But I get it.
I
get where they're going with that. But at the same time, if you don't see the allegory of the comparison of, like, let's say a stark, for the lack of a fucking racist family of, like, let's say a white dude bring home a black girl, or even a black girl bring home a white dude, and they're like, the family's like, we ain't having this shit.
Yeah.
So you get where they're coming from.
Yeah, you get the old word when we're like, old word?
And in this case, in this book, the government is the one who's like telling you mixed breeding is against the law. You can't do that. And if you're not married to one of your own breed by 25, you're automatically inducted into this basically like an app of sorts that will pair you with someone of your breed for procreation.
That's some Gattaca shit.
Yo, this is some fucked up shit.
It's some Gattaca
This is like some futuristic, Gattaca, Logan's Run kind of stuff.
Some Gattaca shit, yeah.
But meanwhile, this girl, who happens to be a pig, she's a curvy girl, So immediately I was like, yo, this girl hot. she's a buxom girl. And she barely fits in this little waitress outfit. And I mean, not for nothing, this is not a book for kids. There's nudity running rampant through this book. There's tit squeezing running around. I was all for it. And like I said, this girl's a buxom girl. So I was like, hey,
PIP. Plush and Gush.
Plush and Gush. I like that. P&G?
Yeah,
I like that. So I was already rooting for this girl. She's real cute, and she's getting like terrorized by these twig bitches and shit at work and whatnot. She got a gay friend who's trying to convince her to marry his boyfriend, who he's a goat, his boyfriend's a pig, she's a pig. He wants her to marry him, so this way, because by the way, homosexuality is against the law.
Wow.
That is completely against the law, along with interspecies marriage and relations. So he wants her to marry him, so this way they can keep that shit on the down low forevermore. And now you can be happy, and we can be happy. And she's like, I don't know if I can commit to that for the rest of my life. And I mean, you feel for him, but you also feel for her at the same time. And she's meanwhile having visions of this interspecies love connection with this gigantic jacked up wolf throughout the whole book. And let me tell you, there's some hot ass love scenes between some animals. I'm just saying. Fuck.
Are you convinced of bestiality right now?
Not totally, but I mean,
for the story.
Yeah, this is apparently an Italian book that was translated. I had no idea until I read the credits. When I like a book, I read the credits. Okay? Now, this woman did the art, the coloring, and the story.
Nice.
Everything about this artwork is beautiful. It is anime style, if you can imagine personified animals in anime style, but also the coloring is so vivid, and so it's not in your face vivid. It's just, it just hits you like a punch in the face. It's so shiny and so detailed, and at the same time so simplistic that you cannot help be drawn right into this book and immediately feel for the characters. This is one of those examples of the question that we get on this show all the time, which is, can a good story save bad art, and can good art save a bad story?
The answer is yes.
Now, this is not a bad story. I don't get me wrong, but what drew me in immediately was the artwork. Because like I said, I was not sold on the story at first. I saw the modern day allegories and I was turned off. Mm-hmm. Because that's how I am with, you know, modern day allegories. But the good artwork kept me going, and by the end of it, I'm like, yo, that shit was dope, and I can't wait for issue 2.
Listen, the best description of, like, you know, artwork saving the story was, sorry, Jeff Loeb, but your art when Michael Turner did the fucking Superman Batman, that shit was horrible.
Oh yeah, God, when they went to Apocalypse with Supergirl?
Yeah, that shit was horrible.
Yeah, because Darkseid could fucking get fucked up by Batman in a battle axe.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But
Michael Turner
was the fucking art was fucking glorious. Like, my God,
yeah,
glorious.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Next up, we got Lowlifes from IDW.
Dude!
First of all, artwork, beautiful.
Dude!
Beautiful art.
Dude!
Opening, like, I thought the cover, it's funny. You know, you look at a beautiful cover, and you think it's indicative of the art inside, and then you open it up, and the art inside is ass.
No,
and in this case,
you're waiting for the letdown. You're waiting for the letdown.
The cover in this case is minimalistic. It's simple line art. There's just like a silhouette of a girl, and she's like doing some kind of crazy pose. And then you open it up, and it's super hyper detailed faces and cars and a setting and backgrounds, and I'm like, whoa, what the fucking art?
Yeah, pimples on the fucking characters. Like, good job. Like,
yo, the interior art is eye candy. It's so good. And basically, all you have to know from this book is some dude who's a cop. His wife gets raped by a fucking lowlife thug who may or may not be an ex-boyfriend or something. And he can't do shit about it because he's a cop. And I got news for you, officer. This is when you put the badge down and you blow this motherfucker's dick off. You don't bitch about it to your partner. You don't think about it. You pull a Frank. What? WWFD. What would Frank do? What would Frank do? And when I'm telling you what, I'm talking about Frank Castle. Blow this motherfucker's dick off and then watch him bleed out. Rip his fucking femoral artery out with your bare hand. All you gotta do is just grab the thigh, just grab, reach in, and rip. And I'm telling you, he'll bleed out in like 15 minutes, tops.
See, I feel very ill right now because the first thing I thought about was like, you know, I shoot him the ass and he'd be assed out.
That's good. That's good. But any way to make them suffer, I'm with it. I am so with it. I love this book, but at the same time, I was angry at the main character for not stepping up and just, like, I ain't saying white knight for somebody. A girl can protect themselves. I know that. But, like, in a case like this, be a man, step up, put the badge down. You don't need to do shit by the book in this case, because sometimes by the book don't work. All you gotta do is turn on the news and you realize by the book don't work. Mm-hmm. This world does not need Superman or Batman or Spider-Man turning villains in to the prison system and having them in the revolving door on their way back out. Now, I get why they can't kill people like the Joker or Doc Ock, because it's almost impossible to create amazing-ass villains. You know, but on the same time, on the same token, Frank Castle will just pop a motherfucker's head off with a 45. And that's what has to be done to a lot of these criminals. I am the biggest advocate of the death penalty you will ever find, because realistically, we are 7.5 billion people. no one's gonna miss one person. 1 out of 7.5 billion. You cannot imagine a number that infinitesimal. You have more hair than there are 1 out of 7.5 billion people on the planet. Look at this. You got more hair on your head than there are. There's not 7.5 billion hairs on your head. Try counting your hair, motherfucker. Try it. And if you miss one strand, you won't. You won't. Just like you won't miss this asshole that just got his fucking dick blown. Not him. Not this asshole. But I mean...
Wait, what my dick?
No. I'm not shooting you. Not or your dick. You ain't gonna miss this asshole or his fucking dick getting blown off. And you can just watch him bleed out. Be like, hey, the world's never gonna miss you. Like, that's... I know I'm crazy. I know. I don't care. Sanity was never my strong point. This is why you tune into the Basement Show. And frankly, Roger's not here. Ramon's not here. I got nobody keeping me in check. So you get Crazy Pete. Is what it is.
I'll keep you in check, but I'm not trying to.
You're really not trying. You're not trying at all. You just letting me go and rant and everything. Want to talk Captain America?
Yeah, we talk Captain America.
Let's talk Captain America.
Yeah.
Now this is written by the same dude that did Black Panther.
Yes, Ta-Nehisi Coates. Dude, I'm intrigued. I'm in. I'm fucking in. Like, I just thought it was like, you know what? They gave him Captain America. Just like, you know what? He did such a great job of freaking, you know, Black Panther. It sold a lot. He's a you know, well renowned author, so on and so forth. They gave him Black Panther for shits and giggles.
We need to not ignore the concept of Marvel purposefully giving one of the best black writers in comics,
Yes!
the ultimate hero of America. Whether he's white, black, or whomever he is at the time, they gave him Captain America.
And he fucking knocked it out the park. Because, like, I am so intrigued.
I haven't read it yet. I want to hear all about it.
I'm so intrigued. There's so many diameters. Like, first and foremost, from those who read, like, fucking the last arc of fucking Captain America.
Where he was, like, back in time, like, forward in time or something, 5 years or some
Yeah,
shit.
fucking, his spawn or his skeet seed, whatever, was fucking doing shit, so on and so forth, because of where Skull and fucking Zola did. Yada, 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 whatever. So, fucking that time frame, Sharon Carter comes back, and she's not fucking Sharon Carter fucking 25-year-old. She's Sharon Carter fucking 55-year-old.
Right. She's old now.
And she's seasoned.
Seasoned?
She's seasoned. But she's still respected by the powers that be. And Steve is seeing shit in a whole different light to the point where, like, you know what? The fucking Hydra Cap is fucking fucked everything up for my... He's actually being... Steve Rogers, in my mind, he's being selfish. And I love that he's being selfish. Because he sees that Hydra Cap fucked up his image.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked up his...
Right, sure. Nobody trusts him no more, for sure.
And he has to earn everything triple fold just to get a seat at the table. And I love that shit. Other than his circle, obviously, he has to earn everything. And I love that fucking twist on the shit. Ta-Nehisi Coates did a great job. Ta-Nehisi Coates, like, the most belittling moment of the whole fucking issue 1 was when fucking Thunderbolt Ross comes up. He doesn't go to fucking Cap. He goes to Sharon. That's humbling as shit.
Yeah.
And like, you talk about a man that basically fought for the country for decades. And just that one fucking glip where like you didn't know he was real. That Hydra Cap fucked up for him. It's like everything is fucking wiped out. Everything he's done from like fucking when he got thought out to now doesn't even matter because of that one incident. I like that intrigue in this book. And I definitely am going to be here to see what happens afterwards.
Awesome. I'm glad it's good. Cap was always one of my favorite heroes just for the moniker alone. You know, like, I've always felt that Captain America represents the people of America. Yeah. Not the ruling class, not the rich, not the government in power, but us. and that is Captain America, and that is a heavy burden for a character to bear, a fictional character.
Yeah.
You know, he is, when you think about it, he is Captain America. And when he first appeared, he was punching out a living, breathing politician, not dictator, not terrorist, not tyrant, a politician of another country that we were not at war with yet.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, that is, Joe Simon and Jack Kirby earned their gangster card with that.
Dude.
That is some shit right there. So ever since then, Captain America has been and always shall be us, the people, the best of us. Captain America is our representative.
He's a beacon of belligerence. And like every storyline that's been, you know, despite his own book, despite the Avengers book, he's always been like, you know what? He's been that moral compass.
Yes.
No matter what. And
I think you meant benevolence, not belligerence.
I did mean
okay.
I did. And then
No, hey, we're like 7 shots deep. It's fine.
7, I think like 8. But
I just wanted to clear it up for those guys out there who, we might be belligerent drunks, but Captain America is the beacon of benevolence. You're absolutely right.
But that being said, you look at his. The unfortunate thing about this story, which I think that Ta-Nehisi Coates actually is using this as an addition to like the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Cap has always been there on the right side, and then there's the one incident that put him on the wrong side. Granted, it wasn't him, but just that it's not. How can I say this? We know Steve Rogers,
Right.
but Captain America is beyond Steve Rogers, even though it's the same person.
You're absolutely right.
And that
which is why he's been Sam Wilson, he's been Bucky Barnes. Captain America is beyond
he's
just
been
the
John
one person.
Walker, he's been like, but just that one incident where, oh shit, Cap did this, and he's forever scarred,
and that will ruin his reputation, right?
And now he has to fight for that just to even have now obviously at the table, just to be invited to the house where the table's at.
Right.
That's why I'm intrigued with this. And Ta-Nehisi Coates knocked out the park. Cause like you have that doubt, even in yourself. Where like, granted, you know who Cap is, but that's that one but gets you involved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally into this.
The beauty of this is that we could be dissecting this in ways that even the artist and the writer, the creative team have not even thought of, and we're just sitting there fucking being nerds about it, but what about this, and this means this, and this means this, who knows? Yeah. But this sounds like the Captain America book that everybody needs to be reading. Let's do another shot and close out with Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer.
Yes. Now,
from Titan Comics, what we got? I didn't get a chance to read this.
You didn't know about so back in the day, cause I'm seasoned, but HBO used to do fucking 1 hour episodes of Mickey Spillane and Mike Hammer with fucking Powers Booth.
Okay, didn't know that.
This was a great fucking book. This was old school detective fucking. If I were to put something into modern day times and so forth, this was a question issue, just with some sauce on it, and there was there's the femme fatale, there's the putting the pieces together in the puzzle, but it all added up, and I enjoyed this very much because as a kid, I remember me watching these movies with my dad.
That's awesome.
And it stayed on the same wavelength, so on and so forth. And it's a great read, and I look forward to the second episode. I'm
so there's a detective story.
Yeah, totally detective.
He's a cop, or he's just like an investigator?
No, he's an investigator.
Okay.
Like, no, not
like PI kind of thing.
Yeah, PI, not on the force, not at all. But like, this tone of a fucking Mike Hammer story reminds me of the Norm Brayfogle era of fucking Detective Comics.
Okay.
Where, like, every issue was a separate fucking story.
So this story ended and moves on. Like the next one will be something totally different.
But there might be an Easter egg for another story.
Right. It's like something little that'll lead you in. But if you were to just like pick up one issue, like you walk to a comic shop, Mom, buy me this.
You can do one of them with fucking this shit.
Right.
But it gets you in. It gets you in.
That's very important, especially from a comic publisher like Titan.
Yeah. That
may or may not be picked up by comic shops everywhere.
Yes.
Like Midtown, we are blessed with Midtown Comics because they get literally everything under the sun.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of comic shops out there in the country that don't get these little indie books like Titan Comics or Oni Press or Vault Comics or Amigo.
It's about a budget. And I get to understand that. Shout out to Anyone Comics.
Hell yeah.
But like I get that and I appreciate that. But that being said, fucking Mike Hammer brought that's a book worth investing in because it's a great fucking story. It's like I don't smoke anymore, but like if you want to light up a jack and read a book on a summer night,
hey,
this is the book for it. Like this is really the book for it. And like you're involved, and like there's a nice little twist. I don't want to give it away, but there's a nice twist that keeps you like, oh shit, really? It's a good read. And
now,
like
Titan Comics has always they publish thick ass books. Like,
yes.
Is this a double sized book?
This is a good 40 page. This is a good 40 page.
I was gonna say like
no ads.
This is a bigger ass book
no
than
ads
what
at
we're
all.
normally used to.
Straight 40 pages, no ads.
Yeah.
Like you're getting a story, but the story is worth it. Like the juice is worth the squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
And like I enjoyed it. But like I said, it took me back to like my childhood. Fucking sneaking on the couch with my dad, watching this shit at fucking 12:30 in the morning because like that's the only time HBO used to air it.
Right.
And like I enjoyed that, and like I had the same feel. Like you know what? On some real shit, Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer is basically a prequel to fucking Sin City.
Okay.
The same tone, the same mannerisms or womanisms, so forth. It had that same vibe. And this book actually complemented it in a very, very professional yet honorable way.
Honestly, I'm gonna sing the praises of Titan Comics. I have been for a while. They did Forever War, Forever Free, which I loved, and I think issue 3 just came out maybe this week or so. I didn't get a chance to read it yet. They did Under, Scourge of the Sewer, which if you're a monster fan...
You put me on that.
The giant spider and the giant lizard and shit. Yo, that was some shit. Titan, they seem to port over imports, like either Italian or European books, and they translate them for you and everything, and they're always a thicker book, and you're always getting your money's worth. So, if your LCS is not getting Titan books, I'm sure you can special order it through your LCS. Like, you'll tell them, Pete's Basement said, I should get some Titan books, and you guys should too, because honestly, like in this day and age, you're just getting better books out of these little, smaller publishers than you are out of the big two. Well, guys, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Basement. We covered mad shit that I didn't expect us to get all true. There's still been maybe a couple little books that we didn't get a chance to cover, but we'll cover over the course of the next couple of weeks.
Can you think of anything like a quick like flash shout out to anything?
I think we covered just about fucking everything that we needed to today. I think we did real good. So,
shameless plug real quick?
Yeah, of course. Well, we didn't talk about breaking nerd news.
Yes.
Holy shit. The man with his ear to the ground.
Breaking nerd news, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, we're all there. So on Twitter, it's no G. So But it's been dope, and like once again, I say this with all pride and praise. Thank you, sir. Could you give us the bridge to cross the river?
Yeah, man. I'm happy that you are sharing all of the shit that you know with us, and I can repost it like relatively immediately. And it's been great. And if you guys ain't following our man Greg on Breaking Nerd News, you gotta get on that right now. That don't mean you gotta stop following Pete's Basement, but I mean, still
follow both.
Yeah,
follow both. Follow everything.
It's only Instagram.
Follow both, and the Out Loud podcast is on SoundCloud right now. Episode 4 came out. Apparently, it's been our best one yet.
Nice.
So that
I gotta get on this podcast, obviously.
Dude, like whenever you want.
Seriously, like this. Just when do you record? Does it go live, or do you just like edit it and then go to Instagram? Like, tell us about it.
Actually, we do it. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday night, and we just like go raw dog.
All right.
No chaser, and like after that, we finish. We press stop and we put it up.
And this gets recorded at the bar, or where y'all record?
We record at my house.
No doubt. All right, I'm there.
Yeah. Whatever.
Tuesday's a great night for me because I literally do nothing. Wednesday's a lot of it's spent reading for today, but Tuesday I'm usually like in my underwear watching Netflix, so I can spare you a day with pants.
Alright, so you know what? No, you know what? I'll make it easy for you. Put on those shorts that you rock in the house.
Yeah, well, no, I'm gonna put on longer shorts than the ones I rock in the house. I promise you.
Yeah, and come on.
I can do you that favor.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, sounds good.
We will love it.
I'm in. Hell yeah.
Love it. That's how you do a high five. You saw the elbows, double line. That's how you do a high five.
Ain't even gotta look at the motherfucker. I see how the high five work. Damn right.
Like seriously, like you already know I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. We in. I'm in. I would love to do it.
I would love to have you, brother.
Thank you. So go check out the I'll Allow It podcast. Now, where do we find this?
It's on SoundCloud right now. We're gonna be on iTunes hopefully by August. All
right, cool.
We have to get more followers to get on iTunes. They have a requirement apparently.
All right. So guys, go follow I'll Allow It podcast so my man Greg can get on iTunes.
Yes. SoundCloud.
That's our boy Greg.
Yes.
And as for the rest of you guys, hit us up, questions@peachbasement.com, facebook.com/peachbasement, Instagram, Twitter, etc. @peachbasement. If you like the video, hit the little thumbs up button, write a comment. It only helps us out. Make sure not only that you subscribe to this YouTube account, but also to Pete's Basement Extras. Make sure you subscribe to the Haul up in the upper right-hand corner of peachbasement.com, or you can just go to peachbasement.com/haul, and you can see what me and Ramon are picking up each week, just in case maybe we miss a book. And we really don't, but just in case we do, that you want to see reviewed, or maybe it's not a #1 that you want to hear us review for you, we will tell you all about it. We'll give you our thoughts on it. And last but not least, Peach Basement does have a Patreon. So check out peachbasement.com/Patreon. And if you can find it in your heart and in your wallet to donate a little bit of money, we've got some great prizes for you, from comic books to original art to a trip to the basement itself. Come on down, the door is open.
Is it weird to say keep Pete's Basement great again?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Keep Pete's Basement great again.
Yeah. And guys, make sure you tune in to represent.com/store/Pete's Basement and rock yourself a Pete's Basement t-shirt. Rock yourself a Pete's Basement supports t-shirt. We got the Veterans t-shirt and the Project Harmony t-shirt. You're going to want each one of those because 100% of the profits, that means we don't make any money off of it. 100% of the profits of the t-shirt go toward the charities. For the Veterans t-shirt, it goes toward Mobility for Heroes, getting wounded veterans wheelchairs. And for Project Harmony, it goes toward projectharmony.org, where they're basically taking abandoned lots in Harlem and throughout New York City and turning them into parks and recreational areas.
Show the love to spread love. Show the love to spread love. Please and thank you. Show the love to spread love.
Seriously, it's only $20 and you get a dope ass t-shirt out of it. Salud, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Thanks as always for tuning in. Yous are the best. Pete's Basement is copyrighted 2018. Ripped Productions. All rights reserved, so go fuck yourself. Please still have been recording.